this is Nick from Breaker Press Games, and in this episode of Tips for First-Time Judges, we are going to talk about the DCC reference booklet. All right, before we get into the thick of it, talking about the reference booklet, if you'd like to support my DCC advocacy further, you can do a number of different things. One is to like and subscribe, which costs you nothing. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers, and we are getting real close. Additionally, if you like this video and you want to support further, you can pick up one of our zines. This zine, Sorcerer's Rites of the Elements, is available for pre-order now. It's going to start shipping next week. It is a collection of 16 wizard spells along with a variant of the wizard class called the Elementalist. So yeah, you can go check that out on the Breaker Press web store. You can support Breaker Press by picking stuff up through Goodman Games, through Exalted Funeral, Noble Knight Games, Drive-Thru-RPG, and itch.io. Just look for Breaker Press, and you can find us in any of those places. Finally, if you want to go even further and support to the maximum level, you can go to the Breaker Press Patreon page. And if you support at $5 and above, you get cool stuff in the mail every month, like the Guardian class. This is this month's reward. If you become a member of the Patreon right now, at $5 and above, you will get this shipped to your house. This class is a variant of the Warrior. They have mighty deeds and things like that, but they can also apply their level as a modifier to the AC of a character that they are a PC they are trying to protect. They can also share their luck with that PC. So as the ultimate bodyguard. So yeah, if that sounds cool, go check out the Breaker Press Patreon. You can also, if you just want to lurk, you can become a free member. All right, enough of my sales pitching. Let's talk about the DCC reference booklet. Now, before I get into why I think the reference booklet is so cool and so important, I want to talk about one of my favorite passages in the DCC rulebook, a section titled Admonitions, which is on page 314. Now, this little section, this quarter of a page, it has 4 rules that Joseph Goodman lays down as being very important to the perspective of DCC. Different games, certain games, don't necessarily have a perspective. They want to have everybody engaged in their game, but there are certain games like Morkborg or Shadow Dark or Mothership that have a very specific perspective and are trying to bring in people that share that perspective. So let's talk about admonitions. First and foremost, the judge is always right. Let the rules bend to you and not the other way around. Number 2, always roll your dice in public. The players will learn fear as they trust the objectivity of your encounters. Number 3, let the PCs die if the dice dictate it. Nothing is as precious as a PC's life when it is taken away. And nothing is as unchallenging as when players know their PCs cannot die. And then finally, fear no rule. You will homebrew this game. It will remain recognizable but different. And so those 4 rules are part of this perspective that DCC advocates for, and that Joseph Goodman advocates for. Now, how does this tie in to the reference booklet? Well, I will tell you. So, you're a first-time judge. You're about to run your first game, and you're picking up all of the supplies that you need. You got your character record sheets, you've got your rule book, you got your weird dice, and your first inclination, particularly if you've played other systems, is to pick up a GM screen, a judge's screen. Now, these things are full of all sorts of useful tables. They seem great, right? Well, I feel like these sort of, even though Joseph Goodman makes multiple different ones, they fly in the face of that always roll your dice in public. And I'll tell you why. When you are a first-time judge, you are going to have those moments where you either accidentally roll your dice behind the screen, or you're going to feel that moment where you know that a monster or an NPC is going to be able to decimate one of the PCs, and you make that judgment to roll the dice behind the screen. This, my friends, is a crutch. Avoid the GM screen. I will tell you that the GM screen, this GM screen that I was showing off, is $10. This reference booklet is also $10. This GM screen has a little over a dozen tables. I didn't count them exactly, but somewhere between 10 and 20 tables. The only table that is on this screen that is not in this booklet is a brief little blurb about morale. That being said, this booklet has all of the necessary tables. It has every table that's in the GM screen, but additionally it has all of your mighty deeds. It has the mercurial magic table. It has all of the crit tables, not just the one for 0 level PCs. It has all of that stuff. In fact, it has pretty much every table that you are going to need except for the individual spell tables. Now you will see that I have a little post-it here. I have that posted here so that I can flip quickly to fumbles, and then once I'm at fumbles, I can flip through all of the crit tables. This is such a handy booklet. It was originally made by one of Goodman's third-party publishers, and Goodman Games eventually realized the value of this book and started manufacturing it themselves. I highly recommend picking up this booklet. It will, give you even more information at your fingertips while you're rolling, at the table rolling dice. But most importantly, it's going to take away that crutch and that desire to roll your dice behind a screen. Eliminate that barrier between you and your players. Use the reference booklet. Don't use a screen. That's my first-time judge's advice. Thank you for listening to me ramble. This is Nick from Breaker Press Games. Thank you for supporting indie games and indie game designers, and I'll talk to you all soon.